Welcome to another episode of The Power of Choosing.
Today we're talking about how powerful our mind is. So we decided to do this topic after I'd seen a video on social media, and this woman had said, I'm going to show you an image and I want you to pick out 3 blue things that you see. So it flashed up and she was going to put it on for a couple of seconds. So I looked and I saw a clock, a book and some scissors. And then she took the image away and she said, did you notice the yellow thing? And I had no clue that there was even a yellow thing there. And that was the whole point of the video. It was what you're focusing on is what you will see. So it really stopped me in my tracks. And I guess that was the point of the video, because it's everything that we talk about, that we believe, that we are every day training our minds to find what we want it to find.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't take in all the information around us. We can't take in the whole scene because it's too much. So we pick and choose what we want to see. If you buy a new car that's a certain model and make, you see that car everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting a Kia when I worked in lighting, and I was like, who drives a Kia? Like, I never see them anywhere. And then I got this car and I'm seeing Kias everywhere as if it's the most popular car. And that's just how our brain works. We have this image of a thing and then we see it everywhere.
Absolutely. Similar happened for me when I bought my car. I saw it everywhere I went. Yes, it is how the brain works. What we focus on, we're going to get more of. And so a lot of times when we talk about focusing on things that aren't working for us, we're then drawing in things that aren't working for us. There was a woman that I was so impressed with what she had said one time. Someone was talking about having a bad day. And she was like, actually, you're not having a bad day. You had a bad moment that you're now making become a bad day because now you keep looking for it. And that has always stuck with me since I've heard it, because I was like, that is so true. You can have a bad moment. It does not need to trickle into the whole day being a bad day. And that goes to what you focus on, you're going to get more of. So if you keep thinking it's a bad day, you are going to find all of the bad things happening for you.
Yeah, I love that reframe. It's not a bad day, it's a bad moment. Because I've heard people say, oh, it's just one of those days. And it's that self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? You get up in the morning and you stub your toe and it's painful. So then you're running a bit late. It gets a bit more stressful. So then you spill your coffee on your shirt. Then you have to change and then you're even more late. And then you're driving and you're not really paying attention and it spirals. And if you pause and think, this is a bad moment, or, oh no, this thing happened, it's a bad moment, it doesn't have to spill into your day.
Right.
Because if you want a bad day, you can totally make one and you will find the bad things everywhere.
Yes.
You will notice someone dropping litter on the floor, or you will notice how somebody pushed past you on the sidewalk. Look at me, American now. On the pavement. And that's what you're looking for. And then maybe you won't notice the man who stands up and gives an old lady a seat on the bus.
Yes.
Or someone holding flowers for their girlfriend. All this stuff is going on all the time, and we get to decide which we're choosing to look at.
Absolutely. It's honestly, since I heard that phrase, it has really shifted me out of it, because I used to be someone who saw everything as a bad day. But now I can be like, okay, that happens. Let's move on. Let's not have another moment, And so it really has transformed how I view a day when it's just one of those days, as people like to put that.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, so this person had popped up on social media and I'd never seen her before. And then I ended up seeing another one of her videos where she said that a lot of people had had issues with this video and saying how it's not the same and really picking the analogy apart. And I can see it from both points of view. And I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. If you've seen something and it's had this impact on you and you've got something from it, and lots of other people are getting something from it, then it doesn't matter if it exactly makes sense.
Hmm.
And that's what we can do every day. We can take what we want from what's happening.
Hmm.
And it doesn't always even have to make sense. And it doesn't even actually have to be what's really going on. We get to make it up because a lot of the time we don't know anyway. We are just making it up. So, what if you make it up in a way that makes your day better rather than worse?
Hmm. Well, as you're saying that, it reminds me of when I'm coaching, one of the things I'm doing is helping people find their insight. And it's just an insight. We get stuck in this right and wrong, good and bad space. And it's not about that. It's an insight to then kind of the title of this whole episode is the power of the mind. And how you get to a place of like the power of the mind is having an insight and knowing that you have an insight. What do you want to do with that? And so when we get focused on essentially, I'm going to go back to the language I don't want to use, but we go back to wrong things and bad things, we're going to keep having that. Or you can have an insight like I did with the woman who told me about it doesn't have to be a full day of it. It can be just a moment. That was an insight. So now I can change the day. It gets to be a different day rather than constantly going back to what I know of, oh, it's a day, it's a bad day. I got an insight, and now I'm able to shift that into a new thing because my mind is focused on something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we get to do this all the time. So, our minds being powerful means that if we have a thought that says, well, you're not good enough,
Hmm.
we don't have to listen to it. We
Hmm.
don't have to take it at its word.
Hmm.
And a lot of the time, these thoughts, whatever they are coming to you to keep you safe. And they don't want you to stand out. They don't want you to be neglected by the group. Like evolutionarily, it was really helpful to always be prepared for the worst, to assume that bad things were going to happen, so then they didn't. And our nervous system doesn't know the difference between you could be attacked by a lion or you're going to do public speaking and it could be terrifying. So it's
Hmm.
having that same response of like, do we need to freeze? Do we need to run away? What do we need to do in that moment? So then when we decide to do something and it's a bit out of our comfort zone, or we want to put a version of ourselves out there or some of our work, we get these things pop up that's you're not good enough, or what if it goes wrong? What if people laugh at you? Yada yada. And it's your brain keeping you safe.
Hmm.
And we can remind that part of ourselves that we're okay
Hmm.
and we are good enough. We are safe. The people that love us will be there for us no matter what, cheering us on. People might not like us and we will still be okay because maybe they're not our people. And these are the conversations that we can have with ourselves, which at first can seem clunky and it takes a bit longer. And our minds are so powerful, they'll start to pick up on, oh, when we do these kind of things, fear's showing up and I know I'm going to be okay. And you get used to it and you move past it more quickly. And it
Hmm.
takes practice. So at
Hmm.
first, it's going to look like, okay, I'm not good enough. Is that true? I'm going to have to like pause for a moment, maybe write some stuff down, maybe have a talk to myself, think of examples. Okay, why am I good enough? Have a chat to my mate who's my biggest cheerleader, get some support, and then know that our minds are powerful in stopping us so they can be powerful in taking us where we want to go.
Absolutely. One of the things that one can do without getting any support from anybody else is I always just like putting my hand on my heart just to get centered back within myself. It's a very quick way to remember, like, okay, I can move forward. It's a very quick way to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that reminder, the
Hmm.
I'm okay.
Hmm.
I got this.
Yeah, like my heart's beating and I'm still okay. I've got me, you know? And I
Mm-hmm.
think we've gotten out of that habit. At least I know I have at times in my life gotten out of that habit. So it's why I like coming back to, okay, I'm going to take a moment and now I'm going to push through in love. And that's why I like the hand on the heart. So that's a me.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I love that. It feels really nice.
It does. Yeah. It's how often do I forget how much I love myself? And it's often, in all truth. So this is just a quick way to bring me back to that and then move forward. It is that shift of the mind of being able to shift my focus to where I want it to go rather than getting stuck in the fear and to move through.
Yeah, and that's the choice part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm at this place and I'm going to pause. And what do I want to choose to move forward?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what can change anything. The mind is really powerful in two ways. It's powerful in the stopping you, making you feel small aspect, but it's also powerful in the you're amazing, you've got this, I can feel great and I can go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why these conversations are so fun and so important because we get to help you change your narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you can't change your narrative if you can't see your narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first step is the realizing your mind is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you start to believe and realize you have a choice in every situation, you can start looking at other options.
Mm-hmm.
The first place to go to start this is not try and change anything, just start noticing the different options, noticing what's around, spreading that vision a bit wider, pausing in moments where you would react a certain way and thinking, is there another way I could react? Or afterwards thinking, okay, I reacted like that again. Was there another option?
Yeah, I have to step in because you know me with my language situation. There's nothing wrong with a reaction. We're all going to react. It's the part of noticing, going back to what you were literally speaking about, is noticing a reaction so that you can get to a place of responding, which is different than a reaction. Reactions are just going to happen. And this is the number one thing I focus a lot with my clients when I am wanting to help them shift out of where they keep getting stuck is I'm like, go play detective, go get into the space of noticing things, because once you start to notice, you can then change the pattern. But if you're not noticing it, you can't, you're just going to stay in reaction all the time. And then in a way, stay stuck in that same thing because you're stuck to the reaction. So just wanted to tweak the reactions happen. There's nothing wrong with them. There is such richness in the reaction because the reaction is the place to notice from, which is what you were saying. So you do want to notice that so that you can choose, like taking that moment to the notice is the pause to then choose what is I now want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and going back to the story that I shared at the start, so if you're always looking for the blue things, maybe try and look for the yellow. And in real life terms, if you're always looking for where things can go wrong, maybe look for where things are going right.
Yes.
If you're always looking for the reasons why you're not good enough or you can't quite add up to where you want to be, look for the reasons why you are. Look for the reasons why things could go right, why things are amazing, why the world is a beautiful place. Because I promise you, you will find them.
Yes. If the person put the thing up and said, look at the images rather than calling out the blue or calling out the yellow, you probably could have seen more. And what I like about that is like that's opening up to seeing more options. But when we focus in on one color versus the whole thing, we miss all of the other great things that were in that picture.
And And we miss all the great things in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to another episode of the Power of Choosing podcast,
where we are talking about the power of one's mind.